Hello, everybody. Hello, and welcome to the Jing Dynasty. I know I'm a little bit behind. Y'all don't hate me. I've just been so busy. I'm so busy. I'm eating my Thai food on this episode because I haven't even eaten dinner yet. Anyway, so we've been talking about some real heavy stuff here on the Jing Dynasty. I've been talking about why I'm single. I've been talking about why I hate myself, and so we gotta lighten up a little bit. So we're gonna talk about the winter 2021 anime season, which has just come to a close. And honestly, it was really fun. It was a good, wild ride. I really, really enjoyed it. So I'm going to talk about my top 3 favorites from this season. And before I get into that, if you don't already, please follow me on all the different social media. Subscribe to my YouTube page. Follow me on TikTok and Twitter and everything. Instagram, Facebook, all that jazz. Please. And geek out with me, like I'm super into nerdy stuff. But yes, so we're talking about nerdy stuff today. Let's talk about my top 3 favorite anime of the winter 2021 season. And at number 3, I'm going to put Wonder Egg Priority. So when Wonder Egg Priority, the trailer dropped, I was like, wow, this animation is mind-blowing. I haven't seen something look this beautiful in a long, long time. Like, without a doubt, in my mind, some of the best animation we saw from this last season. But honestly, I would say some of the best animation I've seen in a while, period. I was absolutely entranced by the main character's eyes. She has, like, 2 different colored eyes. And also, like, the world in this anime is just colorful and abstract and avant-garde, and that really caught me, that really caught me. But when the trailer first dropped, I was like, what in the hell is this about? A Wonder Egg, like Wonder Egg Priority. And I mean, like, let's be honest, like, anime titles, they can be weird AF. Like, I don't even want to get started. Like, they can be like sometimes like 2 or 3 sentences long, and like you're just like, why though? Why? Because anime. So Wonder Egg Priority, definitely not one of the worst titles I've seen, but definitely raised some eyebrows. And I was really confused by the trailer. Like, it was just really just sweet and endearing, but I had no idea what the anime was about. So I was like, okay, cool, that looked cool, but like, I'm not interested. I'm not hooked. I don't know what's going on there. So anyway, I ended up going on over there, checking it out, and I was immediately entranced and fell in love with the anime. It was heavy, and I was not anticipating that. It was dark, and it exposed a lot of weaknesses that I see in myself, that I saw playing out in these characters in front of me, and I was like, holy hell, like, this is some really good stuff. We all know I love me a shonen anime, okay? Like, I got Cowboy Bebop, well, I guess it's a seinen. But anyway, I like boy stuff, quote unquote. Like, I like explosions and action, and shonen and seinen anime, which are, angled more towards young men. Obviously, like My Hero Academia, Dragon Ball Z, like Bleach. I mean, I can go on and on. So I like a lot of action, and Wonder Egg Priority has a lot of action, but it's got a lot of heaviness, like Fruits Basket-esque moments, and it was kind of like, y'all know I've said this, I'm not into romantic comedies, and I'm not into dramas and stuff like without any action. So this was like kind of strange because it had moments for me where it was like very much like a Fruits Basket kind of show with these like really like heavy, touchy-feely moments. Gosh, I sound so insensitive. But yeah, there was like these really touchy-feely moments paired with some amazing action. And I was just like, man, sign me up for this. Like, I absolutely fell in love with it. So if you haven't seen it, like, just to give you a quick synopsis, which it is so hard to give this anime a quick synopsis. There's a girl, she's trying to save her best friend, And basically, like, she's in our world, but apparently there is like this realm or other world where people who went through like a really traumatic, awful time during their life have to sort out their like trauma in like some sort of purgatory world, is the best way that I can put it. And our main character and a couple other folks have the ability to help those traumatized people move on, like, to the, I mean, honestly, like, I think they finally get closure, and then they just go poof, and it's really heartbreaking every time they go poof. You're like, no, I don't want that, because I really fell in love with that character, because I totally understood their trauma, and I'm there with you, and I'm happy that you got through it, but like, oh my gosh. So yeah, Wonder Egg priority. I just found myself like going through the episodes really quickly. I started it late. It wasn't one that I was like looking forward to every week. But I'm so happy that I got on board with that anime, and frankly, like, I would highly recommend that to anyone. Like, it's honestly could be a very good starter anime. It's heavy though. Like, it's heavy. It has some darkness. And it was shockingly good. Like, it hit all the marks for me. Great animation, lots of action, wonderful writing, fantastic characters. So Wonder Egg priority, definitely holding a spot near and dear to my heart. I'm going to put it in number 3 though. Okay, so let's talk about number 2. And this is tough. I'm going to put Jujutsu Kaisen at number 2. But like, man, Jujutsu Kaisen had the potential to be my number 1, 100%. 100%. But then we all know what my number 1 is. It's Attack on Titan. Like, Attack on Titan just F off. That season was too good. I'll get to it when we get to talking about number 1. But Jujutsu Kaisen is... Dude, anyone who hates on Jujutsu Kaisen, what is wrong with you? Like, I see on TikTok, people are like, oh my god, this anime's super overrated. What are you talking about? Like, we have these individual characters that have so much complexity, and like, they're not formulaic, and they're breaking, like, basically, I feel like a lot of these characters break societal norms down, like ways that we've seen men and women written for so long. And then it has these like heavy, dark AF moments, and then it has like the most ridiculous comedy I've ever effing seen, where a panda is yelling at everybody about whether they like cats or dogs and doesn't understand why they wouldn't say a panda, and then he goes and like mopes and cries. Like, it was literally some of the funniest stuff like I've seen in a long time. So Jujutsu Kaisen, it's phenomenal. To give like a quick summary about it, there's a boy, he eats a demon king's fingers. I don't know why. I have no damn clue why. Like, I get it, like, he knew that it would do something special, right? I don't think I could do that. I really don't know. I'm not gonna think anymore about eating a demon finger. Thank you. But he did it, and he essentially becomes like somewhat possessed by the Demon King, who is an exceptional villain. His name is Sukuna. He is awesome. One of the best villains I've seen in a long, long, long time. He is charismatic AF, extremely handsome, wonderful voice. And he's so extremely evil, it's scary, but for some reason you find yourself attracted to him. And you're just like, it's scary. He's extremely charismatic. Also immensely powerful. Like, little spoiler alert here, we see him go up against another villain, and like, he just like completely owns him. Like, he embarrasses him. He humiliates him. He's like, get out of here, fly. Why are you here? Get out of my space. Never come again, thank you. It's pretty impressive, to say the least. So yeah, and then, I mean, honestly, the other villain I'm talking about there, like, oh, he's so creepy and evil, like, to a point where it just, like, makes me cringe, you know? Like, I'm just like, oh my goodness. So yeah, I think that the characters are top notch. The villains, without a doubt, have been have been a big reason why I enjoy that anime. But also, there's just so many great side characters. I mean, I gotta talk about Aoi Toda. Aoi likes tall girls with big butts. I know I don't have the biggest butt, but I'm tall and I'm pretty thick. You know, like I'm not like a toothpick by any means. I play volleyball and like I got a little bit of meat to me. So like when I met him, I was like, I'm in love with you. I love you back, but he doesn't know I exist. It's fine. Oh wait, he's not real? Aoi Toda is a 2D fictional character. I'm leaving. The podcast is over. No, just kidding. But yeah, so Aoi Toda is definitely a big reason why I continue to watch and love it. But I also think like Megumi, you know, he's like one of the bigger protagonists that we see. You know, he's not Yuji. Like Yuji's the main protagonist, but like he's one of the central characters, and he's just not like a douche. And I feel like a lot of times like we see a lot of these central characters and they're just like just disgustingly macho, or like I don't know, like it, or like insecure about the weirdest things. I find Megumi's personality to be very peculiar to me. Like he has a little bit of insecurity, definitely, you know, is on a mission to do what's right. I love the episode. Spoiler alert. Yeah, I'm gonna talk spoilers. I just decided in this moment I am. Like he talks about how Yuji is willing to do everything to like get the job done, but like Megumi is like kind of like distracted by other things. And he's like, so when are you going to get on that level, bruh? And I was just like, and Megumi is distracted by what many would call noble things. But I think it was just like interesting. Like, it's like, hey, if you really want to be a part of this world and you really want to become like the top sorcerer, then like you gotta see what's around you, and you just gotta like start mirroring that. Like, or Yuji's gonna surpass you. Like I don't know. I just thought that was a very interesting moment. And who knows what Megumi's path is gonna be. I mean, and we gotta talk about Gojo. I mean, Gojo is Kakashi. I don't give a beep. It's like he's a little funnier than Kakashi essentially, but like definitely like you look up to him and you just think he's awesome, and he's just really, really fun. He's really, really fun. So for me, Jujutsu Kaisen hits because it's kind of like the shonen anime that I've always loved. You know, we got all these great characters. There's lots of great action. There's a really cool villain. But then it has, it's not following the same old formula I've seen. Like, we've talked about this a bit. Like, Black Clover is basically Naruto, but with wizards. You know what I mean? And it's like, I find our protagonists and central characters different than what I've seen in the past. And I like it. I really, really like it. And I can't wait to see the journey that they're going to be on together. I honestly, it's tough for me to say if I like Attack on Titan or Jujutsu Kaisen better. But I'm going to say Attack on Titan, and this is why. Attack on Titan was a very average anime to me. It started off, it slapped the first season, absolutely ridiculous. Like, if anybody talks crap on that first season, like, get out, just leave, like, just get out of here. Like, I'm sorry, I cannot hear anyone diss on the first season. Like, I thought that the action was there. The first episode is one of the best first episodes of anime I've seen, period. And, I really like the animation style that we saw with, the earlier studio, because they switched over to MAPPA for the final season here. But like, okay, I'm kind of going off here. 2 and 3 were boring to me. Season 2 and 3 were boring. And don't at me, because I know everyone's like, oh, season 3, the political intrigue and all of this explanation. It was like cool, but it wasn't hitting for me. Like, I wasn't like looking forward to Attack on Titan every week the episode came out. You know, it was just like, all right, cool. Oh, I missed it. Okay, well, I'll catch up on it later, whatever. Different story when it came to the final season. Like, Sunday at noon, I was watching Attack on Titan. Like, occasionally I missed it. I had to watch it later on Sunday, but like, no, I need to see what was happening. Like, I would base my Sunday around what was happening with Attack on Titan. It, like, that anime this final season, it controlled me in a great way. Like, I was like, I'm here for it. I love you, Attack on Titan. For me, an anime is very good when I can empathize with the characters. And I think that we have, we are a society that consumes videos and movies and just like TV shows and everything. We're just like consuming content all the time. So it's very hard for content to hit. It's very hard to find like a really awesome story that like moves me so much. And honestly, I was moved so much by this final season. Did not like Reiner. I had no reason to like Reiner. I don't know why anyone would have liked Reiner before the final season, really. I mean, like, he was kind of like the leader of the insurgents, like the people who snuck in, with Bertholdt and Annie. And, he was perfect boy. Like, he was good looking and tall and did everything right. And he was bossing Bertholdt and Annie around all the time. And he orchestrated, like, all these attacks on our beloved, Eren and Mikasa and Armin and Historia and John and Sasha and Connie, all the people we love. Like, they were a part of that. So, like, I really had why would I have any sympathy for Reiner? And he is, like, one of my favorite characters now in the anime, without a doubt. He was just trying to survive. And I think that that's what so many of us are trying to do, is just survive, right? And he showed so much insecurity. He fled out of fear and got one of his teammates killed when he first landed on the island of Parody. And then that teammate's death motivated him to transform, to like it made him go Super Saiyan in a way. Like, it took him to like the next level. And he was like, I'm not here to mess around. Like, we need to get things done. And I think that's, as someone who has gone through a lot of trauma, like, you cannot let your trauma like crumble you and break you down. You have to know these things happen to you for a reason, and they catapult you to a different level. So Reiner moved from being like a scared little insecure boy, and yes, had a heartbreaking, traumatic loss, but everything happens for a reason. Like, he went through that incredible loss to transform into like the leader of this little group. And then he was a boy, he was a kid, and he's trying his damn best on an island, and his whole family is like miles and miles away. And he's just trying his damnedest. And he's, brainwashed by the Eldians. And then he finds himself like in this total moral dilemma where he's like, I'm killing my friends and these people who I'm seeing a good side to. And then the next thing you know, he's like back in, Eldia, and he's like, or he's back in Marley. Oh shoot, I totally mixed that up. I'm so sorry. The Marleyans told him, and he was brainwashed by the Marleyans. I'm sorry, I said that completely backwards. Don't hate me. But yeah, so then he goes back to Marley, and then he is totally conflicted and literally suicidal, and then has a breakdown where all of his friends are getting slaughtered in front of him, and he just can't wake himself up because he's just so shut down. So, like, I want to see what happens with Reiner. His life has just been an absolute roller coaster. So many of the characters in Attack on Titan, their lives have been a roller coaster of trauma, and that's like why I'm like, how are they going to embrace all of this? Like, how are they going to evolve from all of this? And like, frankly, we're seeing the de-evolution of Eren, unless he has like some big redemption come in. I'm hoping for it. And we're also seeing like the evolution of so many characters, like Mikasa. I mean, Eren rejected her. I'm hoping she's gonna like stand on her own 2 feet, like find herself. Armin is really starting to find his footing as well. Gabby, let's not even get into Gabby's story. Oh, Lord have mercy. That girl has been, oh Lord, I don't even want to, we're not touching that. But yeah, so, I mean, I loved Attack on Titan because, these characters just had so much complexity and so much depth and have undergone so much trauma, and I want to see what they do with that trauma. Like, what is the final message? Whew, that was a good tease. For real. Attack on Titan. That hits. That slaps, y'all. Okay, well, we're at the end of our 20 minutes now, so let me know what you think. Do you agree with my top 3 for the winter 2021 anime season, or do you think I'm dumb? And if you think I'm dumb, please don't comment and say mean stuff on my stuff. Please. Okay, thank you. Have a wonderful evening.